Oh, so a little bit of news. I wanted to post this yesterday, but I didn't have the time. First of all, I hope everybody is okay. I hope everybody is safe. Just keep doing what you guys are doing to stay healthy. Stay healthy, and that's really about it. That's all I have to say about the coronavirus for now. It's really bad, but we can get through this, guys. We definitely can. So, in political news, Tulsi Gabbard has dropped out of the race, and she has officially endorsed Joe Biden. Now, I will say this. So when I first heard this, I was furious. I still am furious, to be honest. I don't understand why she would endorse Joe Biden. Like, that doesn't make any sense to me. However, what I have heard, and I've heard this through the grapevine, I've heard this, watching other independent news outlets, that she wanted to endorse Bernie, but Bernie said no. And my take on that is he told her no because he's going to be endorsing Joe Biden pretty soon. He's basically ran Joe Biden's his whole primary. Like, it's ridiculous. Like, and it's crazy because during this whole coronavirus outbreak, where is Joe Biden? Where is he? He's not providing any type of solutions. He wanted to do paid sick leave. This is far past paid sick leave, and it's just I don't understand who would vote for him. I really don't get it. I don't understand who would vote for Joe Biden. I'm very disappointed that Tulsi Gabbard endorsed Joe Biden. However, if it is true that Bernie was like, no, no, don't endorse me, just endorse Joe. I'm about to endorse Joe anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Then that's understandable. She's still part of the Democratic Party. Bernie Sanders is not. If I were Bernie Sanders and Tulsi Gabbard, I'd start my own. I try to start my own party. Honestly, I would. Hashtag Progressive Party. That's what I would want to start. And going back, so I'm really upset about that. Why was it's understandable in a way if she wanted to endorse Bernie and Bernie told her not to. I will say this: I was going to make a video about it yesterday, and it was a very. I watched it, and I'm like, I can't put this out there. It's too much even for me, And y'all know she ain't got no filter, but you need to be a little bit more calm and a little bit more objective when you're looking at these situations. And I'm not looking at it objectively because I like Tulsi Gabbard. I'm looking at it objectively because if she endorsed him back in 2016, what's different now? Nothing is really different. I will say she stood up for him more than he ever stood up for her. She stood up for him when he was accused of being sexist. She stood up for him with voter fraud. Like, she has stood up for him. He has not stood up for her. And maybe that's another reason why she endorsed him. Is it right? Why she endorsed Joe Biden? Is it right? No, it's not, in my opinion. But maybe for her, it's right. I don't agree with it. I think it's fucked up. But if that's what it is, that's what it is. I think, honestly, though, she endorsed Joe Biden because Bernie Sanders is right behind her. We're about to be pissed off at Bernie Sanders, too. I'm not, because I already knew this was going to happen. This is what's going to happen, guys. Especially now because of coronavirus and the way the Democrats are handling the situation and the way the Republicans are handling the situation. The fact that young Turks are being so fucking dumb, and it's ridiculous. It's so ridiculous. I can't even stand them right now. They are ridiculous to me right now. And I'm not even a fan of Donald Trump. Donald Trump is a vile, disgusting human being. He really is. But the way he's handling the situation is 10 times better than Nancy Pelosi was trying to handle it. A fucking 20% unemployment for a paid sick leave for who's 20%? Are you serious? Who's that gonna help? It's gonna help nobody. Nobody. Nancy Pelosi is the one trying to hold back the UBI that Donald Trump is enforcing. Donald Trump made it so you don't have to pay your mortgage for 3 months. You don't have to pay your rent for 3 months. Like, he's made it. He's actually made it. So if these big corporations want the bailouts, we own. He wants to make it so the government owns part of these corporations. So this cannot happen again. And it's crazy because this is Donald Trump is more of a leftist than the Democratic Party. Is that some shit right now? That's some fucked up shit. That's some fucked up shit. But I just want my check. I heard it's $1,200 and she need her coin. So Donald Trump, if you need my number, if you need, I'm gonna call you so you can have my address because I got time for this. I need my coins. But on a serious note about the coronavirus, um, I'm gonna put it out there. I put it out there on my social media. If you see my Twitter, I put it on my Twitter. I put it on my Facebook. I am one of those people who I do not believe this was started by China. I know people may get mad about that. And if you guys have every right, this is just my opinion. This is what I think. I did a little bit of digging, and I've come up with my own conclusion. Again, I'm not trying to cause conspiracy theories, but I think this is something that should be looked at. And so far, I haven't seen anybody really look at it. To be honest, I think that this has to do with trade and oil. Hence why Italy has the highest fatality rate out of everybody. Why Italy? Why Italy? Well, let me pull out my glasses because she needs to open the library because the library is going to be opened. So let her put on her glasses real quick. So on March 23rd, 2019, Italy's Prime Minister Giuseppe Conte signs a trade deal with Chinese President Xi Jinping worth about $2.8 billion. However, it has a potential value of $20 billion. That's a trade deal that Italy had with China, which means Italy will no longer need to export anything from the United States because of that trade deal that they were going to do with China. And it was actually going to bring in more than $2.8 billion. It had the potential to bring in $20 billion. So think about that, guys. And what was this trade deal called? What was it called? It was called BRI. It's called BRI. It aims to link China with dozens of countries with mostly Chinese infrastructure. Italy is actually the 8th largest economy in the world. And the largest economy to actually sign this trade deal with China. So that means the United States, they have not even signed this trade deal with China. And Italy has. Is it something that would have worked out for them? I don't know. Personally, I'm not in Italy. I don't care. I'm going to be 110% honest. But I think because it would have affected us, that's what happened. And again, even what Iran and the oil, same thing over there. I think to the United States, we are just collateral damage. That's it. It's okay if a couple of thousands of people die. That's fine. We can't be losing our money like this. With Italy, with our trade with Italy and even China to some extent, I personally think that's what it is. So the trade deal was called the BRI, and it was going to have a revenue of about $20 billion. And again, I don't want to sound like this, but I think the United States does have something to do with it. I mean, you guys can be mad at me or not agree with me, which is perfectly fine, but that's just what I think. So that's my theory on how this coronavirus came about. Again, I hope that I'm wrong. I hope that our government wouldn't do this to us. But another reason why I think that too is because you had officials in the Senate, Republicans in the Senate, mostly Republicans. I haven't heard of any Democrats, but establishment politicians in Senate telling their businesses, their stockbrokers and people in the stock market, and they were selling their own businesses, their own stocks, because they knew this was going to happen. They knew this was going to happen. So it leads me to believe that yes, the government didn't know about this. I think they didn't think this was going to happen as fast as it did. I think they didn't think that. I think they thought that they were ready for it and they weren't. That's what I think. And again, I think Italy just gave the United States like $500,000 in supplies because we couldn't even take care of ourselves. And I think it's really sad. I think it's sad, but again, that's just my theory on why this has happened. I do hope you guys are being safe. Hope you guys are taking care of yourselves. Again, Tulsi Gabbard is out of the race. I'm really sad about that. And I was so pissed off that she endorsed Joe Biden. But again, If she endorsed Joe Biden because Bernie was like, don't even endorse me, I'm about to clock out. I ain't ready for this. Then it is what it is. Would I have endorsed Joe Biden still? No, I would not have endorsed Joe Biden. I'm not gonna lie. I would have went independent and I would have fuck all of y'all niggas. Oops, sorry. Fuck all of y'all. Sorry about that. I would have been like, y'all bugging. You just fuck. This is my thing with Tulsi. Even if you're not, even if Bernie Sanders was like, no, don't endorse me. I'm about to endorse Joe Biden. It's not even worth it. Whatever. My thing is like they just finished fucking you over royally for months. You were the last woman left, and they weren't even acknowledging you. Yo, my dude, like your own party was like, fuck this bitch, and you're gonna endorse Joe Biden? Are you serious? Are you serious? Endorse Howie Hawkins from the Green Party. Like, come on. Like, you really think that this party gives a shit about you after what you did to Hillary Clinton back in 2016? They don't give a shit about you. Bernie didn't even give a shit about you. Like, let's be honest. He should have fought harder for you to be on that stage last Sunday. And he should have backed you up a lot more. And he didn't. He didn't back you up because he is a pushover. Again, he's a punk. I love Bernie Sanders, and I got into politics because of him. But he's a punk, and it pisses me off. I think Tulsi endorsing Joe Biden is disgraceful. I still think it's disgraceful. I understand it now, hearing what I've heard, but it's still disgraceful. I think she should have endorsed the Green Party member, Howie Hawkins. That's what I think. That's just my opinion. I think Tulsi should leave the Democratic Party. Again, her and Bernie and Tulsi should start the Progressive Party movement. Hashtag Progressive Party. That's it. He could be president, she could be vice president. I fucking love it. I love it. I would vote for that fucking ticket. Fuck Elizabeth Warren. I don't know why I said that. I just felt like it needed a fuck Elizabeth Warren. It just felt like it needed it. So I gave it to you guys. And no shade. But Elizabeth Warren still hasn't endorsed anybody. Still hasn't. Still has not endorsed it. Tulsi Gabbard at least endorsed somebody. I may not approve of the person she endorsed. Maybe Elizabeth Warren is like, fuck it, I'm just going to endorse Bernie because ain't nobody else is going to endorse him. So you know what? Fuck it, I'll endorse him. Maybe Elizabeth Warren may surprise us and do that shit. I doubt it. Ooh, but maybe. You never know. You never know. You never know. Anyway, I hope you guys like this video. Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and I will catch you guys at the next one. Deuces.